You can move a Rampage to a Saturday, but it doesn't change the fact that the show is pure garbage, guys. But it is your 2023, 22nd of April review of AEW Rampage, and you know what, I have a bone to pick with pretty much everything on this show. You know, you did have Jeff Jarrett, the Hardys, you had John Moxley, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, but did that change the fact that it's awful? No. And we kick off the show with John Moxley against Christopher Daniels, and you know what? I feel like Daniels, I mean, he is too old at this point, and his attire just makes him look pathetic, in my opinion. But at the same time, big Christopher Daniels, he's been around, he was supposed to be the higher part. I used to like him back in like the early days of TNA, but I think 2023, the guy has passed his sell-by date. Now, can he still go to a decent level? Yes. But see when people are like 50, the indie guys that are like 50, they should not be anywhere near a wrestling ring. See, when you're that age, it should be reserved for the likes of Goldberg, Taker, The Rock, Austin, not Christopher Daniels, right? And I'm not saying AEW is going to get any of those four, but you get where I'm coming from. And yeah, you have a match here, John Moxley against them, and of course, Daniels is going to lose this match. What I'm shocked about is the fact that John Moxley did not bleed, because we know John Bladen. No, we know he's got a fetish with bleeding, so I'm actually surprised that he wasn't bleeding come at the end of this match. But you know what? It was weird, because it's almost like the crowd were reacting to Moxley as if he was a face, which was weird. But at the end of the match, he basically gets Daniels back to his feet, and then the shake hands after, you know, he beat him. But I don't know, the attire that Daniels is wearing, even the attire that Moxley wore to the ring, Moxley just looks like a fat bum. Sorry, folks, but I mean, the AEW fans can hype him up and saying, oh, formerly Dean Ambrose, but I'll admit, right, at least he's put on a bit of beef since WWE, but he just looks absolutely bloated, and I don't know, he doesn't look like a professional athlete, wrestler, he just looks like a fat bum. And yeah, I mean, at least he's got more weight than like Adam Cole and all those people, but I mean, that's not hard. Really not hard, man. They probably weigh about 62 kilos, man. Nothing to them. 62 bags of sugar is what Adam Cole weighs. Absolutely hee-haw. But then we have probably I mean, it was good. I was supposed to say the worst thing of the night. It's probably not the worst thing of the night, right? But you've got the Hardys, Hook, and Isa Cassidy. Isa Cassidy grabs the mic, says, give me an oh yeah if you want to hear Jeff Hardy speak. And the crowd was like, oh yeah. So Jeff Hardy gets on the mic, he says he's back 9 months ago, he went off the rails for the millionth time, and then he says, it's time for Jeff Hardy to retire. And you're like, holy fuck, is Jeff Hardy just retired here on Rampage? But you could tell it wasn't legit. I mean, not only was the delivery a bit shit for Jeff about retiring, you kind of just knew it was just leading to his next line. The crowd just did not care. Now again, that doesn't mean that it wouldn't have been legit if the crowd didn't care, but see if Jeff Hardy's going to retire, man. He's not going to retire on Rampage, a show that nobody watches apart from us because we have to review it, like. But yeah, and then he says, I'm retired for being a waster, is pretty much what he says. I'm not going to go on to the drugs anymore. I'm going to lay the smack down and give you one final push. But it's sad. This is what the Hardys have been demoted to. And I get it. When Jeff was on top in WWE and TNA, when he's like in the main title picture feud and all that stuff, he jobbed out as well. But see this feud that he's in right now? This is going to send him back to drugs and drink, because he's in a nothing feud, man. This guy should be feuding for the world title. And look at them. It actually makes my skin crawl what Tony Khan's did to all these legends. This guy is so-called wrestling fan, and yet he fucking buries them. All these guys who were over, legends of the business, the people in the company wish they were as good as these people, and they just get nothing. Look at Christian, look at the Hardys, look at Sting, look at Jericho since he lost the belt. Absolute bums. Honestly, man, it's fucking disgraceful. But we have the pillars of AEW coming out. The pillars. There's no foundation to this company. The company is dog meat. The company is rotten. It is waiting to fall. Matt Hardy takes the mic as Stokely halfway appears on the screen and says, the firm deletion match. And he's like, oh, that's all right, Matt. you let us know when the time is right. And then as this happens, we get the Firm come out. Then we get a big massive brawl. And then the Firm, and basically this match is going to take place. But again, it's 4-on-4. It's odd. Everyone in the matches are jobbers, man. Apart from the Hardys. The Hardys deserve so much better. Honestly, if it's disgraceful. Jeff comes back, right? Which could possibly be his last run. I don't think it will be, but it could be. He comes back with so much fanfare because he's over. You cannot deny it, Jeff Hart. The Hardys are over. The crowd are going ballistic here when he's cutting his promo. Apart from the fact when he said he retired. But again, it's just like, what are we doing here? Every time he comes out, the crowd, they love Jeff Hardy, they love the theme, they love the Hardy Boys, and we just put them in meaningless stuff. It's like Christian feuding with fucking what's Jungle Boy doing? Cut one of the worst promos you'll ever see on Dynamite. That's what thanks you get. Anyway, yeah, the Hardy Boys. It actually hurts me to see legends of the business be fucking wasted in the twilight of their career. It is what it is. We then have the House of Black's Julia Hart taking on Kiera Hogan. Oh, brother, testify. And Julia Hart wins. She locks in her finisher, the song of a Kanye West. The name, it's named after a Kanye West song. Can you guess what it is? Heartless. Aye, so Kiera taps out. Jim Ross, during this entire show, wanted to kill himself. Really wanted to kill himself. And then we get backstage. Christopher Daniels says, I'm not here for respect, guys. I'm here for the championship. Then the Blackpool Combat Club basically come out, and then Moxley punches Daniels and says, we never changed. So what was the whole point of that thing earlier with Christopher? It's almost like Moxley shook Daniels' hand, and then they went, actually, we can't have that. They're heels, and then he has to punch Daniels backstage. That's literally the sort of vibes that I got from it, man. Literally. Then we had FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Jay Lethal, and Jeff Jarrett taking on Ara Davari, Josh Wood, Slim G, and Tony Nese. Just compare the two teams, right? I don't give a fuck about the Revival, right? But at the end of the day, at least they've got a half a bit of name value, even though they're pish. Then you've got Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett taking on those four jobbers, man. Of course the good team wins. Of course they win. They have to win. There'll be nothing else but a win for the good team. Aye, and Dax Harwood's the man that picks up the result, but it is what it is. And then it's on main event time. It's a AAA mega title match with El Hijo Del Fingo taking on Dralistico, and JR wants to kill himself on this match, man. Throughout the whole thing, he's basically questioning his entire existence. He's like, they're not doing the flips that they used to. They're being a bit more hard-hitting. Hey, I'm not complaining, but well. That is literally what JR said. The guy did not want to be there, man. And you know what? I don't blame him, because why is this even main eventing? What's the AAA mega title got to do with AEW? Like, surely, could you not get like Big Bill against Jeff Hardy in the main event? It just sucks, honestly. Like, you've got this, like the ROH titles, just so many titles in AEW that mean nothing. Apart from the world title, right? And it's not like the world title's the end all and be all, because AEW still sucks, but it's the only thing that means half of anything. All the rest of the belts is just things people carry around. That's it. There's no prestige. There's no nothing. I mean, WWE, I'll admit, the titles are a bit fucking worthless, but at least recently, they've made the IC in the United States, they've made them feel a bit bigger. In recent years, the other years, the tag titles do feel massive. They do. Especially, I'd say more when the Bloodline had them. Now it's like, it's just Sami Zayn and Owens that have them, like, but it is what it is. Seeing AEW, man, no titles matter apart from the world title. And I don't know. They just need CM Punk back, this company. And then even then, what's the company going to do, man? I wouldn't. They'll probably get that wrong again, because they couldn't run a bath. And Tony Khan can just rope it, man. And also the AEW Wembley Arena thing came out. They're literally not even using half the stadium, which sucks. So yeah, AEW, get in the bin, in the mud. And man, it just absolutely sucks, this entire show. In terms of rating out of 10, I'm going to give it a -1, because I feel like they had enough people on this show to make it alright, but they utilised them in an awful way and buried them in an awful way too. But anyway, folks, that is it for this AEW Rampage review. Till Monday Night Raw, it will be the next current Time Wrestling review. Peace.